Hey, how's it going, everyone? Sarasota Tim. I'm not in the 4Runner. I'm taking a walk. I'm down here at the Publix in Boynton Beach, and I'm about a 20-minute walk back to where I got the 4Runner parked on Federal Highway in a parking spot. I went to the gym, and I find the treadmill just a little too boring. And so I took a little speed walk, a lot faster than I'm walking right now. But I just wanted to check in with you guys and tell you that that video I made of Miss Tammy's new Honda Civic is going viral for my channel anyway. Got quite a few views in the first 24 hours. People really like those Civics. Well, I like it too. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm so happy for her that she got that car, because if you saw the video I made about her Hyundai Sonata, and I owned 3 of those, and she had one. That one she had, she leased it and then bought it out of the lease because it was worth a heck of a lot more than they were willing to sell it for when the pandemic hit and there was a shortage of cars. So it was a great buy. And then they gave her some song and dance when she bought the Honda that, oh, in May, all the cars went back down. Used cars aren't worth anything now. So they were trying to give her less money for her Hyundai. And I don't know all the exact numbers, nor would I share them because that's her business. But from what I gleaned, car dealers haven't changed. So, well, I don't want to walk out through that traffic so you guys are annoyed. Not going to do it. It's not going to be a very long video anyway. But I'm going to make some more videos. I've watched quite a few YouTube videos on the Civic and the Sport and the hatchback. And that color is called Boost Blue. B-O-O-S-T, and it's really grown on me. I can't stop thinking about that little car. I'm going to wax it for her, and I'll make some more videos because I picked up some of the best points of all the videos I watched, and I'm going to share those in a video of her car because it's so damn pretty, and point them out to you. Everybody says the one con is the price. Well, they're all expensive these days. But if you're going to overpay for a car, I think that I've also learned that a fair over sticker price would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 5%. So, a $20,000 car, it's $1,000, and $40,000 car would be like $2,000. Well, that's a hell of a lot better than 3 to 5 or even 10,000. Like down here at the Toyota dealer, I took a video when I was down there getting my oil change, and they had a $5,500 safety package charge on the sticker of a 4Runner that was a 2-wheel drive SR5. That's ridiculous. So let's see, it was like a $43,000 sticker at 5%. That'd be a little over $2,000, and they got double that. So I ain't got much use for any of these car dealers, and I was in that business for 17 years. And yes, when I was in it, I wanted to make all the gross profit I could because I got paid on the profit, as they still do. But business is business. But man, we were never getting that much over sticker price, and we always had to negotiate the price. But it's a new world. And back to the Civic, if you're going to pay over a sticker price, it's mentioned many places online about, versus the Accord, let's say. The Accord is over $40,000 for a nicely equipped one. And the Civic can run as much as $30,000. They come in at a sticker price of like $24,000, $25,000. But try to buy one for that. Not going to happen. A couple of grand more, hey, it's got an excellent resale value, and it's a car you can literally drive for 15 or 20 years. So however you want to rationalize it, if you want one, that's what you got to do. Of course, the best value is a pre-owned car, because even a Honda Civic, the residual value, or what they call the depreciation factor, believe it or not, in 2 years, that car's got a retains 75% of its original price, sticker price, factory sticker price. And 3 years, it was 69%. Most cars after 3 years are worth between 45 and 50%, half of what the sticker price was. Now you just have to ask yourself a question. If you were to buy a used car and you bought it from yourself, and you got you a nice car and you're always washing it, waxing it. You guys see how I treat mine. Would you buy my car? Of course you would. Would I buy your car? Of course I would. I can tell by looking at it if someone was proud of it, did their maintenance, washed and waxed it, didn't smoke in it and do these kinds of things. And you can save some money, a lot of money. Of course, now it's like buying a house. If they drop the price of the house, your payment's still sky high because now they got high interest rates. So now we're in a predicament where, you're looking at a high interest rate to buy a used car, even a new car. So 2023 is going to be another difficult year to even contemplate buying a car. You might want to think about just keeping what you have. But Miss Tammy leased hers, and they have what they call, the interest rate is not called interest rate, it's called a lease factor. And they're very deceptive on the leases because they say, oh, you're not buying it, so you can't negotiate the price. To hell. Oh, yeah. No, you don't even have to mention you're going to lease it. You can just go in there and get a price, whatever you can get today. And then that's called a cap cost. They use different language. And then you say, at this cap cost or this price, what would it be to lease it? And don't let anybody tell you, if you've got the credit to qualify for a lease, which does take a little bit more credit score than a purchase, because leasing generally you don't put anything down. You just sign and drive. That's what I've always done. Tammy told her they gave her the song and dance that, you got to put something down these days. Here's why you got to put something down on a lease. If you don't know how to negotiate and you go in and lease a car at the sticker price from the factory, the leasing company, generally from the manufacturer, will lease 110% of the sticker price. They allow for extras or dealer margin, additional profit on the car. And that's why they go like 10% over the sticker. But the reason they're wanting $2,000 or $3,000 down now is because they're trying to charge this $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 over sticker price, and the leasing company is not going to finance or lease that much money. Neither will a bank. If you want to buy it, you're going to have to put something down. It's like anything. They don't want to get a repo and you owe $4,000 more on it than they can get at auction for it. So they want to put themselves in an equity position. And so that is why they're asking for money down on leases today. And they gave her that song and dance, and even at $1,000 over sticker or $1,500 over, if your credit's $750 or more, they'll do it. You don't need to put anything down. But they wanted to cover this additional profit that they're trying to hold, and they did hold, by you putting it down in the down payment, in the form of a down payment. So there's a Toyota in that blue RAV4, got the black wheels. So that's the bottom line. And see, I'll share this part with you. Tammy didn't owe much on her Hyundai Sonata, and she had sold a car one time to get money years ago to CarMax. You've heard of them, right? And then she took the money and she put a small down payment on a car they had there and kept the change, put some money in her pocket, which is kind of smart to do if you can afford the payment. And she bought a used Cadillac CTS, and she sold a Lexus. I know. But there was a situation going on that was like, 8 or 10 years ago. Now, she had equity. She didn't know much on that Hyundai, and she knows that program because, Tammy and I are an item, and so she's learned from the best. I'm an ex-car man. And not to mention that she did that already at CarMax, like I just mentioned. So she was kind of smart. She went down there and basically said, I just want to sell you mine, pay it off, keep the change, and sign and drive and lease this little Honda. Well, also, if you want the payment to be what she wanted, you're going to have to advance pay, some of your lease if you don't put anything down. And when they're trying to hold that additional profit, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to cover that too, because the leasing company isn't going to carry back that much money. That's a term, carry back. So it is what it is. I don't know all the numbers and the particulars, but the car is so damn cute and so nice that literally you can look at leasing this way. And these days, because new cars cost so much money and the premium they're getting, when you lease a car, you have the option to buy it, as you know, at the end of the lease. And they give you a price the day you sign as to how much you can buy it for. And most of the time you don't want to buy it because it's not worth it. But like on Tammy's Hyundai or anybody's car that came off of lease in 2020, when there was a shortage of them, you were smart to buy it. They weren't even the leasing companies that were renting cars for rentals were doing the same thing. But anyway, I digress. So if you want to make a car affordable, you lease it, because let's take that 50% figure to keep the math simple. If a car loses half its value in 3 years, that's what you pay for. You pay the amount the car depreciates plus the interest, or a lease factor, which is in the past was next to nothing. But that's what you're paying. You're paying for however much that car they estimate will lose value. So when they get it back, they can go to auction and sell it and then just keep doing business like that. So anyway, if you want to make it more affordable, all you have to do is lease your car, pay for it for 3 years, and at the end of the lease, buy it if it's a good deal, finance that for 3 or 4 years, 5 years you can even go probably. Yeah, you're gonna be making payments for 6 or 7 years, just like you would on a finance. But the difference is, the first 3 years you're only paying, your payment's only based on half the car. Where if you bought it and paid the same term, 6 years, but you financed the whole thing, your payment would be so high. That's why people lease, and they keep leasing. Some buy their cars out. Most people just get another one. They want to start all over. They want something new. They want the warranty again. Everybody's got to keep up with the Joneses. But let's say that little Honda Civic that's going to definitely hang out for 15 or 20 years, and you're a senior citizen like Tammy and I are. Hey, make that $285 lease payment for 3 years, then buy it for, I don't know, 18 grand or whatever the residual purchase price would be. Then finance 18 grand for like twice that long. Yes, you're talking about 9 years of payments, but an easy payment for 9 years. I mean, under $300 a month today is like cheap. And then 18,000 over 6 years. I don't know what that is off the top of my head with what rates will be then, but it won't be much. So that is a way to buy more car. Because if you walked into any showroom today, the average price is like 30 grand, 35 grand and higher. That's for an entry-level car. And you say, I drive too many miles. And also, you ain't got to worry about the mileage. If you're going to buy that car at the end of the lease, you got to make sure you're going to buy it. If you're going to buy it, you can put 1,000,000 miles on it. It's not going to be a penalty to you. It's only if you say, here's the keys, I don't want it anymore, I'm done with my lease, and you went over, then you're going to pay. So back to the deal. If a car is 35 grand average price, and you said, screw leasing, I drive too many miles, I want to own my car, do the payment. Do it like it's interest free. What's 35,000 divided by 72? I think they even go 84 months now. So, but take 72 and just divide that into $35,000 and take a look at that stroke. Every 30 days, plus with the high rents and everything, forget it. So maybe lease the car that you say you want to buy and keep forever, and then just buy it at the end of the lease. They generally have a price that you can buy it for that's called the residual. It's not too far out of whack, you know. But in the past, when cars depreciated and the bottom fell out from under them, like a domestic car, let's say you leased a Buick for 3 years, and that thing depreciated like 80%, and then they had a buy price, you know, that was still half of what the sticker originally was. Well, you're going to way pay too much money. You're better off like, here's the keys. But you just got to be sure you're going to buy it and keep it, because that mileage thing, Tammy only gets 10,000 miles a year. That's what standard leases are. That's not even 1,000 miles a month that you can drive. Now, the average person drives like 30,000, 25,000 miles, 20,000 miles every year. So, as you can see, the leasing takes a lot of the fun out of it because you can't even use the car. I mean, you turn it back into them, yeah, they want this car to come back with 30,000 miles, 3 years old, mint condition. Then they sell it at auction for a profit, or they put it on the lot. So, you know, it's not, there's pros and cons. So you can kind of, you know, check all those facts out, make your own decision. But cars are very expensive today. Still the best way is to take one that's already took its drop, that's 2 to 3 years old, still might even have warranty on it, low mileage, and depreciate it and buy that car and pay cash for it. It'll still be a depreciating asset, but it's better than paying interest rates too. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Got to get back to my truck now. I hadn't even started heading that way. Walking around out here to keep all that traffic noise away, and making this video. Hope it wasn't boring. Hope you found some facts in it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. There's some more Civic videos coming up and everything else. So take care, everybody.